Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Happy Monday, guys. I absolutely enjoy this weather in Minneapolis. My allergies are finally gone, and I hope you guys get to spend some time with the family, with the loved ones. Maybe spend some time thinking about those who served in the army, and definitely have conversation with your kids. And we don't take for granted what we have. We have to give credit where it belongs, and obviously without armed forces, without our army in general, we would not have freedoms. No matter what they say, no matter how controversial topic is, we always honor those who served. So if you served, thank you for your service, and hope you guys enjoy this day and enjoy time off as well from work. I want to bring this format back, given my videographer's day off, and kind of I've done it for a few times now, where I bring you unfiltered, unedited message on the weekend. Today is Monday, day off, extended weekend, so I'm gonna do it on Monday today. But I want to every Sunday keep doing this. Have a conversation with you, share something very, very important, something that's kind of on top of my mind. Don't want to hold the message, just say it how it is. Just last Monday, I finally signed paperwork for selling my business. This video is not going to be about that. I promise you, I'll give you high quality edited video with all the details, and not all details, but what I want to share at the moment. Kind of my story. I've been in the roofing business for 7 years, sold the company. It's the second business I'm selling. First one, I sold my flooring business in 2012. It was kind of spontaneous decision. I have to move from Atlanta to Minneapolis back then. So I sold two businesses. I also travel a lot, and I've met a lot of people who've sold construction business or purchased construction business. As a matter of fact, my last client, consulting client who we did a video for, they purchased the business. So I talked to owners who've purchased the business, sold the business. I kind of know the game. On this channel, we've interviewed people who've sold their business. Mike Brown got our business for $1.8 million. So I know the game, and I want to share with you a couple thoughts today. I want to give you 7 tips how to build a business to sell the business, because there's only 2 reasons to be in business: is to sell it or to give it to your kids. I don't believe that business is our full-time job. A lot of roofers, a lot of construction workers treat it as a full-time job. I'm guilty of that. I've been there where sometimes we go on our own just to support our family. We don't care if we're gonna work for someone or we're gonna work for ourselves. So that's the main reason, and I think it's wrong. I think you have to build a business to sell it eventually, and I want to give you 7 tips how to get there. So here's my 7 tips how to build a business to sell the business. I have a couple notes here. I want to make sure I follow them, because you deserve good content, and even if it's not scripted video, I still want to follow some logic here. So my tip number 1 is don't follow gurus who are focused on sales. There's so much noise right now on social media, especially. There's a lot of people who are selling courses, and some of you might consider and look at me as one of those gurus. And I hear that hate every once in a while. Dmitry, you're fake, you're not a real deal. And here's the difference between me and a lot of people who are teaching. And I'm not selling myself. I don't need to sell myself, my content, sell myself. But I want you to know that in the last 2 years, I have invited over 500 businesses to my business. And when I did that, not only I showed them how I do things, introduce them to my team, introduce them to my sales guys and my operations, but I also on the screen shared my QuickBooks, shared how much I was charging, how much I was making, all the services I was doing. I mean, you have to really know your numbers. You have to know your accounting. I'm not the biggest player, never will be, never was, because big numbers just don't bring me happiness. I'm a perfectionist, and I like to build systems. So when people come to my business and I run my company like you run a McDonald's. I didn't want to be there 24/7, but I wanted to build a company where at any given point, no matter where I am, I can log in and find, number or the problem, or know how to identify it. A lot of gurus, they don't run business that way. What they do is They share their number, and by the way, it's not that hard to have a good year. So what gurus do, they say, well, I've sold $25 million. Now I want to teach you. Well, follow people who've sold the business. Follow people who will show you their tax return. Follow business owners who have a track record, at least of 3 years to running something. There's so many gurus who never have a business or failed miserably in business, cannot even be in business, but only because they've sold, they feel like, well, because they're sales driven people, and there's a lot of them. I mean, if you look at, guys like Madoff, all the scammers, right? So they can sell, but that does not make them good business coaches. So first and foremost, be very careful who you hire to build your business. At the end of the day, you're going to be making a lot of decisions by yourself. I love guys like Rodney Webb, who sold his business, and I know his story. When you sell $8 million of gutter stuff and you pocket $2 million, that's a track record. So I follow people with a track record. I endorse them. Even before I bring them to my channel, I would like to look at their history. And as a matter of fact, a lot of gurus approached me and say, Dmitry, how can we be on Roofing Insights? And I know their track record. That's why you don't see interviews or endorsements from me about them. So first and foremost, don't follow internet gurus who do not have track record in actual business. Just because they're good in sales, just because they live the lifestyle, does not make them qualified to help you in business. Number two is build a brand. If you want to ever sell your business, you have to go all in. You have to build something that people will want. Business is, especially buying a business, a lot of times it's perception. If you see the brand and you want it, you sometimes will not care what the numbers or what the sales or the culture. You have a perception that is a good brand. It's also going to give you leverage. So the same in the reverse. If you're building something, make sure it's not just your name. It's not just your work. It's actually the brand. When people say your brand, and I don't want you to be delusional about it. A lot of people say, well, I have this name for 20 years. Doesn't mean anything. So recently in Chicago, Acme Exteriors, the company has been in business for 60 years, and the guys, you will see our endorsement for them very soon. They purchased the name, they purchased business name, because the business has been in business for 60 years. So invest in brand, make sure you have a brand. And I'll explain a little bit later what branding really means. Number three is don't be a business yourself. So many guys close the business, retire, because they never had a business, because without them, business would collapse. That's a huge turnoff for potential investor, huge turnoff for potential buyer, for broker. If business cannot operate without you, you don't have a business. I'm sorry, you have a full-time job. For the last 2-3 years, my business was running by it. So yeah, I sold it on Monday, but for the last 2-3 years, I didn't have to be there. I worked there maybe 5 hours a week. For those of you who know, when I was teaching and doing roofing inside stuff, I was all over the place, and my business was running itself. And yet, even with that, I could invite people. My general manager purchased the business from me, and like I said, I'll share all the details with you. But when I didn't have to be there to for the business to strive. Like, I was running it like McDonald's, and I still was involved in legal stuff, on permitting, maybe licensing, troubleshooting if we have like really bad review, like hard clients, or if we have accident, like we have a fire in a job that employee got hurt about 6 months ago. For those things, I was present, but overall, I wasn't a business. I was true owner, true manager. So when you have a business like that, people might want to buy it. But if without you, business will not operate, it'll be a huge turnoff. Number 4 is pay yourself modestly. When I first started, I remember in 2013, in the first year in business, we did about $950,000. And even after, if you pay yourself modestly, and you see a lot of guys in the industry who build huge brands like Monarch Roofing, Apple Roofing is a great example. Those guys, for now they're running 40-50 million dollar companies, but they still pay themselves good salaries. And I see guys like, when I started, they do the same as one of my friends. He was a siding installer, and I did about $900,000, over 900,000 first year in business. He was a siding sub. I don't know how much he made, but I know he paid himself about 140K. When I look at my numbers, based on $900,000 in sales, I could easily pay myself 140 from that number. It was not a problem. But I decided not to pay that much, and I paid myself $60,000 a year, and the rest I invested in my brand. I purchased service vehicle, I purchased trailer, I got a warehouse, I hired some employees. So I did 60, he did 140. A lot of you guys would rather pay yourself 140. You don't want to pay yourself modestly. Now, after a couple years of doing the same thing, I actually have company name. I have yard signs drawn all over the city. I have fleet of vehicles. I have 3 trailers, 5 like, one of the biggest problems for me to sell business recently was I had to transfer a lot of titles to new owners' names, and we'll talk about it in a second. But the reason I could do it, because I was paying myself for 3 years like my minimum wage. So you want to show as much profit on the books as possible. You don't want to take it all, every penny, and you want to invest. It doesn't mean that you're going to pay taxes, because it's not your income, but you're building that brand. So pay yourself modestly is my next tip here. Number 5 is take care of your accounting. So many guys neglect the books. When you sell your business, one of the most important thing is, can you show profit on the books? Do you have a P&L, or just your words, or your feeling, how you feel? Like, I see so many guys like, yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years. What's your net profit? I don't know. What's your gross profit? I don't know. Well, if you don't know your gross profit, net profit, if you don't know, per job, per year, whatever, if you don't know your average sale, if you don't know your at least 5-7 key KPIs, key performance indicators, I'm sorry, nobody's gonna buy your business. They don't care if you've been in business 5 years or 50 years. They don't care if you're $5 million or $50 million. Sales has nothing to do with knowing your numbers and your 3-year history here. You want to know numbers like EBITDA. You have to know like your net profit, because people essentially want to buy your profit. So, and they will do so based on your net earnings. So if you make $400,000, you can ask 4 times that earning. You can sell your business for $1.6 million. Now, if you don't know your profit, if you don't know your the full story of your business, if you don't know how it all breaks down, it's just wishy-washy. Like, you want to be a business owner, but you are not a business owner yet, at least not the sellable business owner. You're the business owner, you're entrepreneur. You can tell it to your mom and your sister, and you flex your muscles on a social media, but you're just social media business owner. Real business owners will talk about real numbers. And again, this is the difference between me and a lot of guys out there. When I invited those 500 companies, when we were doing classes, we were opening books. We were showing people, like, I'll show you my bank account if you come to me. Not many will do it. I'll tell you how much I was paying myself. I can tell you how much I pay myself now, how much I pay myself last year. The different type of mentality in teaching people and showing them the way. My number 6 is make sure you have some assets. So many guys think like, well, they're just gonna buy my name. Like, no, when you buy a business, you actually want to have maybe property. You want to have vehicles. That's the whole point. Like Mike Brown, and you can watch on this channel, Roofing Insights, interview with Mike Brown. I mean, he had coils, he has forklifts. I mean, he sold gutter business for $1.8 million, 4 times the earning. Absolutely amazing. I mean, he was doing like I think he sold it for 1.6, but he was making 1.8 or 1.8 and 1.6. I might mix 2 numbers, but either way, it was a really good deal, but he had a lot of assets. gutter company. Not many roofing companies I know who's doing $10 million, they cannot sell it. As a matter of fact, people who are going on the stage and claiming that they've done $100 million in sales cannot sell their business for a couple $1,000,000. As a matter of fact, they file bankruptcy and close their businesses. And they'll go and do conferences and teach others that they're bullshitters. And I advise you not to even follow those people. So have assets. And number 7, make sure you build a solid reputation. Your reviews have to be on point. My company have over 1,000 reviews. Like, yeah, I sold the business, but it's so much easier to advertise that business now. It's so much easier when you have a book of business, when people know you have repeat customers, you already have reputation, you already have, those vehicle reps or assets. Like you've built something that people will want. You have numbers to back it up. And this is how you sell a business. This is how you build a business to sell. So those are just my tips, kind of Sunday, Monday, weekend deal. My kids are working there with a bearded dragon, with our pet. So comment below how you guys spend this weekend. Did you work today? I see a lot of guys who decided to go door knock, and I'm like, really, you don't want to have a life? I'm not judging. I understand. I work a lot of Thanksgivings in my life. I worked a lot of Memorial weekends in the past because I had to, not because I want to. But you want to build your life, you build your business to the point where you can actually go and enjoy yourself when the whole country is taking day off. So, but on the same note, I purchased the car today, and dealership were open, and I appreciate it. So, like I said, I'm not judging, but I hope you guys have good amount of days per year that you can work. But more importantly, I hope you guys will build your business so you can sell it one day. I will share full story how I sold my businesses and why I sold them in the near future. Today is the last day to sign up for Roofing Insights marketing package. If you want to come to you, cost right now is about $1,500. We guarantee, as of right now, we still can guarantee to come to your business within 60 days, feature you on this channel, feature you on your channel, roofinginsights.com. Within 60 days, you can cancel. So for $3,000, you can get 2-3 solid videos that will show on the first page of Google, guarantee. And then after that, if you don't want us make more videos, manage your YouTube channel, help you with the online content that works, you can unsubscribe, no questions asked. But starting tomorrow, price will go up to $2,000 for the same deal, and we're only going to do it for 3-4 months. In August, we're going to IRE, International Roofing Expo. That's a big event for us, so we're going to be preparing for that. And after that, starting in September, we're going to start preparing for Roofing Process Conference in December in Orlando, our biggest event of the year. Tickets also on sale now, and it's going to be absolutely amazing this year. Over 1,500 people going to be there, only 100 vendors. So I'm going to put links below, and hope to see you guys in those events. If you come to IRE, if you planning to be at the conference, I hope to see you guys there. But this deal, us coming to the businesses, consulting, filming, it's very limited. It's a couple months. I know it's not sustainable for me. I'm not willing to travel every week for the rest of my life, but I'm building my book of business now. I love what we do at Roofing Insights. I have my momentum. I want to, we are #1 media company in the roofing industry. We want to solidify it. We want to create more content. We want to showcase more roofing companies, and you can be one of them. Obviously, there is a travel cost and stuff like that, and that $1,500 a month for the first couple months just pays for that. So that's a deal of the day. It'll expire tomorrow. You still will be able to sign up. You sign up by going to roofing-school.com, and I wish I can help you to build your business. If you have any questions, comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.